Warning, the following footage contains extraordinary RNG, extreme odds, and defies the law of RNGesus. I advise all suffering from extreme cases of saltism to refrain from watching this video. Also, for anybody that's interested, I have recently opened up a Patreon page. The link will be down in the description, so feel free to go and check out the rewards. With that shit being said, let's begin. What is happening, guys? Welcome back to the second day of making an Elysian spirit shield in 1 week. Before today's episode begins, I would just quickly like to thank you all for checking out the first episode. If you haven't already, the link will be in the description. I would highly suggest going over and watching day 1 before you watch day 2. For those of you that have, you will know that we finished up with around about 95 mil. So today I thought I'd start it off by going on a Saradomin trip. Now, before the live audio begins to play, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider subscribing. Make sure you leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and I'll see you very soon. Also, make sure that you stay tuned until the end, where I will be announcing last video's Bond winner. Okay, well, that was basically the first rotation of kills, so that was nice and easy. I can now teleport the hell out of here and head to Saradomin. Now, if you guys didn't tell, I did actually invest in 2,000 black chinchompas, which is around about 5 mil. So I'm really hoping that I can probably either get an ACB or a Saradomin Hill. Either of those would be very nice. I'm not too fussed about the Sara Swords or the Saradomin Light. Not gonna lie, I don't want to get that shit. So we are currently at Saradomin. I'm very much hoping that I don't DC and die, because all of the worlds are ridiculously laggy right now, and the only two worlds I can find that aren't are World 73 and 65. Now, 65 is unfortunately taken, and I do trust 65. So this is the next best thing, I suppose. So, yeah, hopefully we're not just going to DC and get fucking comboed out. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. I am absolutely stoked right now. Holy shit. No way. We just got an Armadillo crossbow. That is our first one, getting one of those in probably 1,000 kills now. Oh my god. Now, that has to be one of the most beautiful sights I've ever seen in my life. Holy shit. How far are we into this? We're an hour and a half in, and we've already made ourselves 25 mil. Let me just quickly price check this and see how much it's currently going for. Yeah, pretty much 25 mil. Happy days. Okay, so it is that time. I am going to sell the Armadillo crossbow, and how much did we get for that? Let's take a look real quick. 24 mil, 866k, not too bad. So overall, that trip was a 25.6 mil Saradomin trip. I have decided to come to raids. For me, I think raids is more or less just like a little filler between whatever I'm doing, because I can always find a raids team. Like, finding a team isn't difficult. Like, being able to find like a duo for Bandos is somewhat of a task. So I've decided just to come here while I decide what I want to do. It can't hurt. In fact, I'm thinking we're probably going to get a drop. Hopefully, touch wood, I haven't just jinxed myself. Oh my god, I actually thought we got it then, you fucker. My heart literally, oh my god. I actually thought we got it, and not even joking. So what was supposed to be a little filler raid while I decided what I was going to do ended up being around about a 10-hour raid spree. Now, unfortunately, I didn't manage to get any drops, and I feel like there's a bit of a misconception that if you go to raids, you're just going to make bank. But the truth is, like, raids is good money, but you have to get lucky to make that money. You have to put in the hours to get the fucking reward. It isn't as simple as just go in and getting back-to-back twisted bows, GG, finish. It doesn't happen like that, unfortunately. That is 100 raids completed on the KC, which is nice to see. And yeah, we've been doing raids now for quite a long time. Not quite 12 hours, but probably around about 10 or so. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a little break from raids, probably head to Godward Dungeon or Harambe's. I'll see how I'm feeling, which means I'm probably going to have to sell some of this gear and come up with an alternative. I have had enough of raids for now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly set off this little loot tab and see how much money we have made. So yeah, I'm going to go to Saradomin. I would prefer to go to DK's, but unfortunately DK's is always packed as a motherfucker, so I've decided I'm going to go back to Sara, and hopefully our luck continues. By the way, somebody in the chat just said to me, Rakesy would be mad if I changed to Evil Rakesy. And I just thought I'd quickly bring that to your guys' attention. Basically, first off, I don't accept donations. Full stop, ever, the end of. Secondly, if you ever do see anybody with a name similar to mine, know that I don't take donations. So if anybody's ever has my name or has a similar name to mine, don't give anything, because I just simply don't take donations. Okay, so we have just got our ecumenical key, and I will see you guys at Saradomin. In before the next clip is a Saradomin hilt. Unfortunately, not a Saradomin hilt, but I did think it was an Armadillo crossbow. I don't know why. I don't think it looks anything like a crossbow now looking at it, but I kind of just glimpsed and thought, oh my god. Like, can you not just, like, that kind of looks like a crossbow there, I suppose? Maybe? No, probably not. And there's another crossbow looking motherfucking blade. I'll take it. Oh my god. That's our third Godsword shard. Guys, so as you can see, we have just finished our task. We did get 3 rare drops, unfortunately not worth anything. 960k. Attempt V2. So, it looks as if I've forgotten my bonus to Peaches, which is actually very annoying. I am, however, going to stay here for as long as I can, but I can imagine this trip is going to be cut short considerably. Didn't manage to get any rare drops that time, apart from the death runes, bit of a kick in the nuts, and also the loop half. Technically, that is the rare drop table. 330k. Garbage. So this is pretty much how I check if I'm lagging or not. How responsive is this game? Is this game lagging? Blah 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 blah. Okay, looks like this roll's lag free. Let go. Oh my goodness! Wow. I don't really know what to say, guys. I genuinely don't know what to say. That makes me very happy. Very happy indeed. The back-to-back dream, boys. Is it gonna come true for us today? No. Okay then, guys. I have a feeling that trip was a fairly successful one, not gonna lie. Now, I don't think that's right. 49 mil. I wish that was the price, but I think it's around 44 mil. But what I'm gonna go do is I'm gonna go and get myself the shards, put the blade together, and then we're gonna sell the entire Godsword. So the nice thing about this is that I've actually already had 2 of the shards, so all I had to do is purchase the 3rd one, which cost me about 170k. Now with my trusty Dwarven Stout in brackets M, that should boost my... Oh my god. Okay. Attempt V2, and I've got a really bad feeling I think it's just going to happen again. So oh my god, I ain't got a hammer! Oh my god, I'm terrible. I'm terrible, please. I feel like I fucked this up. I don't even think I got one in the bank. Oh my god, we are terrible. I honestly feel like just dropping this hilt at this point. Okay, attempt V3. Hopefully nothing fucks up this time. Combined in the 2 now. Lovely, look at that, guys. A Saradomin Godsword. Very nice. So I'm going to quickly price check it and see how much this thing is worth. And as I thought, 44.5 mil, which I will happily take. So I am going to sell the Saradomin sword. Hopefully we can get a... Oh, if that would be a nice bit of money. Hold up. How much do we get? 44 mil. How much exactly? 44 mil. 400k. Not too bad. So just look at that. Oh my god, like how good does that look? I'm such a fucking nerd, honestly. Pixels do excite me and I'm not even ashamed of that fact. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm most likely going to buy myself Armadillo chestplate and Armadillo chain skirt, and yeah, I feel like I'm going to go fuck Armadillo and hopefully get a good drop. So we're at Armadillo right now, and I just thought I'd let you guys know that I'm planning on getting a decent item this trip. So yeah, don't be too mad, and hopefully it's either the hilt or the armor chestplate. Goodbye. Oh my goodness. That wasn't the item that I was looking for. I'll be completely honest, I saw the H and just automatically assumed it was the hilt. RIP RNG. GG. And I just had to panic tab because I wasn't praying. I tanked like 3 hits and I was like, oh my god, get the fuck out of here. So quickly, let's price check this little trip that we've just done. Holy fuck, that's 1.7 mil? God damn, that was like a 1.9 mil trip. Do you know what? I'm actually pretty damn happy with that. Okay, guys, we are back at Armadillo for trip numero 2. Hopefully we can get something better than the helmet this time. I did tell you guys I was gonna get something good. What the actual fuck? Like, I don't even like. I don't even know what to say at this point. Like, I literally don't know what to say. I am I'm just gonna be quiet. Just look at those pixels. As you guys can see, I have myself my trusty Godsword blade, which I just purchased for 500k, and my lovely looking Armadillo hilt. Oh my god, look how fucking good it looks. Okay, there we go. We got ourselves a fully functional AGS, and that's a cheeky 29.5 mil, which is actually, for as rare as that item is, and as nice as it looks, that is so friggin' cheap. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of tempted just to keep hold of it, because 29.5 mil for an AGS. Okay, so as you can see, I actually did end up selling it, 29.5 mil. The reason why I sold it was because at the end of the day, I could probably benefit with a few items more than just keeping hold of it. It kind of sickens me to see it so damn cheap. Guys, what's going on? The AGS. Like, that thing's not bad. I mean, although it's only used for PK, and surely it can only be worth 30 mil. Come on, 29.5 mil. What is going on? I am currently gearing up to go to raids. The purchases I have made is I've bought myself a Tormented Bracelet, some Eternal Boots, a Amulet of Torture, and that's pretty much it. And if you can see here, what I'm going to be doing is actually making myself another Kraken Whip. Because this one here only has something like 238 hits left. So yeah, the gear that I currently have is probably the best gear I've ever raided in, to be honest. This gear looks absolutely sick. The only upgrades that I could bring would be the Arcane Spirit Shield and also the Dragon Warhammer. Unfortunately, I can't afford those just yet, but hopefully by the 7th day I'll be able to have those. And sadly, we didn't manage to get anything. GG. Alright then, so time is very much of the essence right now. We only have 22 minutes remaining, so what I'm going to quickly do is set off this little loot tab here, and then spend the remaining 20 minutes at Zulrah. Oh my fucking god. I'm not even playing, boys. I honestly was not expecting that. I'll be completely honest right now. I wasn't expecting to see anything. I thought the next clip was me gonna be selling the tab. We just got ourselves a Tanzanite Fang. Not gonna complain. Okay, so we currently have less than a minute left. About 30 seconds or so on the timer. As you can see, the last drop was the double Zalandra teleport, and just before that, I still can't believe it, the Tanzanite Fang. Wow, I really wasn't expecting to pull any rare unique items out. I thought I would just maybe get 500k if I was lucky. Managed getting a 3 mil drop. Can't complain. So we have just finished our second day of the Making an Elysian in a week. I feel like today's gone incredibly well. I think you guys will agree with me that my RNG has been godly as always. Now, something that I've been wanting to do and I've been meaning to do is I want to quickly take out all of the untradables, things which are in my bank, which were in there at the beginning, because at the beginning of the series, it would say that my bank was worth like 1 mil, so I want to grab everything out of the bank, which wasn't to do with this series, so we can get a more accurate bank check. So I have done my best to get everything out of the bank, which is worth value, but isn't actually contributing towards the final price check. I have done my best, however, there are a few items in here that I can't really do much about. For example, the 200 Slayer rings, which is worth, I think that comes up as about 150k, and like the rune pouch, I could take that out, that's like 6k. But yeah, everything else is worth like a few GP, so I wouldn't really count it too much, but if you want, you can knock about, I'd say about 150k off the final price check. Quickly going to show you how the bank is currently looking right now, this tab being the main focus of everything without the overall price at the top. I'll turn that on in just a second. So as you can see, I've got myself my Arims, my Armadillo, blah blah blah, a few bits and bobs here. I've got both of these just because I'm finding both of them handy to have, especially for God War Dungeon with this one, and more for raids with this one. So as you can see, I've got a fair few Zenite pieces. These are all such nice items to have in the bank. 2 pairs of boots, a few other bits, and a bunch of supplies there. Moving on, this is usually my drop tab, but as you can see, there's pretty much nothing left. potion tab. There's a fair few pots in there. I don't know how much this is worth, maybe like a mil or so. And pretty much everything else is pretty much junk. So it is that moment of truth. I'm about to turn on my bank overlay so we can see how much the bank is worth. I'm gonna call it 194 mil just because of that 150k. So we're gonna say 194 mil bank value on our second day. Now that is very good. I'm not gonna lie, I am incredibly happy with that. I think we started today's episode with a bank worth of probably around about 94 or 93 mil. So we've pretty much made 100 mil today, which is insane. So it is that time of the video where I will be announcing the winner from the last video, and I'll also be giving you guys a scenario where you guys can win yourself a bond. Now the winner from last video will be up on the screen, where I asked what was the first thing you did when you first bought membership. Now I can't stress this enough, guys, if you do want the chance of winning a bond, please make sure you leave your RuneScape name at the end of your comment. I will literally just be disqualifying any comments which don't have your RSN because it is borderline impossible to actually get communication with you guys. This is the second week where I've not been able to get hold of one of the winners, so I had to give it to a substitute winner. Leave your RSN. For your chance to win a bond from this video, leave me a comment down below letting me know how you were introduced to RuneScape. How did you stumble across this game? Was it a friend that introduced you? Did you just randomly find it online? Let me know. Make sure you add me in game, join my clan chat, do all the precautions to get in contact with me, and hopefully you will have the chance of winning. With all of that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. As I said before, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Make sure you leave me a thumbs up, and I will see you very soon. That should boost my... Oh my god.